Do you have a thought? Or
Yeah, I just feel like how many people that are like, or how many males are that are 20 are like ready to get married and like ready to
great
have a
question.
family.
So the question is, which one leads which? Men, yes, but in the 1950s or 1960s, the time we're supposed to hate, young ladies looked at it was my task to find a husband before the age of 25. And it was like the most important thing for them. Now that came with a lot of costs. Some people would say that it was handcuffs and, being in prison. But if young ladies, first and foremost, no offense to my two Australian friends, got off of OnlyFans and stopped, posting naked pictures of themselves online and made themselves harder to get, men would step up to the plate. One of the reasons why men are grown infants is because women are so easy to get right now in America. There's no desire, there's no hunt, there's no search. So you can be a grown infant and you can get sex. When it used to be in 1950s, young women would be like, I'm not giving myself over to you. You're a man-child. Like, you don't even pay rent. You have nothing going for you. When now, unfortunately, you can pay $10 a month to go see a woman naked. No offense. Well, actually, kind of offensive, but
Aren't
that's
you
a
guys
separate
like
issue.
$5?
But
Yeah, I think
Sorry.
but I'm saying
no,
that.
that's okay.
But to my OnlyFans friends here, do you think that you both want to get married, right, and have children?
Yeah, of course.
Do you think that you are more desirable or less desirable to a future husband when you post suggestive or naked pictures online?
I think that we're entitled just as much as other people.
No, you're totally entitled. You have freedom to do it. I'm asking a
Yeah.
different question. Are you more desirable or less desirable for a
It's
man?
always been the same for me. Like, I've always received love the same way, and that's pretty shit. Like, I don't really receive it. They all looked at me the same from the beginning.
How do you know how men look at you?
Because when I talk to them, I usually fall head over heels for them, and they all view me the same way. So whether or not I'm doing OnlyFans and selling my body, or not doing OnlyFans and selling my body, I'm still looked at the same way. They still think that of me.
Yeah, you don't know the male mind very well.
But they've already told me themselves, how
And men
they
are
view
really
me.
good liars. Do you know that?
True.
Then how could you know they're telling the truth?
I don't know. I just take their word for it.
You just said they're good liars.
Well, I don't know.
I'd say a lot of the guys that I know are more, I guess, the higher value type guys.
And there's
they
actually-
don't take OnlyFans girls seriously.
No, yeah,
and
just-
they
Yeah,
will never
but
look at them for marriage.
some people actually do want
exactly
OnlyFans
right.
women and want to marry OnlyFans women and have kids with OnlyFans women.
Erroneous!
But very few.
Erroneous!
Well, hold on.
Very
No,
few.
do you think those men are virtuous, high-quality men that won't cheat on you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
It doesn't sound like it, but it's actually really normalized in my area.
No, the fact that it's normalized is not the point. The point is it good? Is it right to post suggestive pictures of yourself online, number one? And does it get closer to your goal of being married for the rest of your life with a soulmate that you love?
I feel obviously, I want to get married, and obviously, I feel like if I was with a guy and he didn't accept my past, I wouldn't want to be with him.
Not your past, if you're still doing it.
If he,
Like,
if
if
he
you
didn't
quit-
accept it, then piss
So
off.
let me ask you a hypothetical. If you met a man and he says, I'm earning $2 million a year, would you quit OnlyFans?
Okay, like that, yes. If they can make as much as I can, then yes, I'll
So you would quit OnlyFans?
But if they're going to say, stop doing it, but they're not doing anything with their life, then no, I'm not going to
Okay,
stop.
so it's just purely financial for you?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
Would you agree it's just purely financial for you?
literally, yeah.
Okay. Do you think that you have more to offer to the world than your body?
Of course.
Yeah.
Then why don't you do that?
Because I
we
just chose not to.
yeah.
Because you chose. But I know. But don't you think
I mean,
you're
we have more to offer, but we also want to be able to travel and explore.
okay?
You know
No,
what
now
I
we're
mean?
getting
And
somewhere. So you
adventures.
want a fun life.
Yeah, a free
Yes.
life where
Okay.
we can travel, live our life young.
Everything in life comes with a cost,
Of course.
and the cost for you is that your body will now be shared by tens of thousands of
Yeah.
people, not just your soulmate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But don't you feel a little bit of sadness that you wish that your body would just be sold with your future, shared with your future soulmate?
I did have that mindset, and then I feel like men actually changed me and turned me into this person. And
Who did? A men?
No,
Oh,
men in general. They just turned me into this person. I didn't plan my life going this way. It was literally a 1-minute decision, and I thought I might as well. They all view me the same, so I'll just throw my life in and do it.
Well,
But I feel like if a man wants to be with me and love me for who I am, then so be it. But if they're going to judge me for what my work is and what I do, then I'm not going to let them in my life.
right. So the judging is a separate issue. I'm just, do you think the type of man you want, I imagine, is one that tells the truth, and that is loyal to you,
Yeah.
that pool of men that you eventually want to have a family with,
Yeah.
do you think they will look fondly upon OnlyFans girls?
I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
generally, I don't know.
I could tell you as a man that we look so lowly on OnlyFans girls, it's the equivalent to digital prostitution.
Yeah.
That's your opinion.
No, it's not.
Really?
It's the average Western male.
I don't know if it's
Wait,
like.
what is his opinion?
I mean, it's not an opinion. It's
Yeah,
it is factual that the average Western male looks at OnlyFans no different than an escort service delivered digitally.
Well, isn't it just objectively true?
And I'm not
that-
trying to attack either of you. I think you're both victims caught up in this terrible trend. I just want to ask you, have you thought deeply about how this might get you further from your goal, not closer to your goal?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I have definitely thought about that.
But
Like, when,
that's-
I first started it, I was like, this comes with, like, consequences, though. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, I obviously thought about it and was like, but I'm going to do this, and obviously it's going to be harder to find a guy to marry, but I'm taking that risk.
Yeah, I've always thought about just taking the risk. And I've always been like a risk taker. I don't really care about what anyone else thinks. Like, that's up to you and what you think. But if I think that I can get somewhere by it, then I'm going to do it.
Do you both want children?
Yeah.
Well, I do, but I don't know if I can.
You mean physically or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you were to have children and you were to go to your first grader's career day and you were to present to a bunch of first graders, how would you describe what you do to a bunch of first graders?
Well, I don't think that I'll still be doing OnlyFans when I do have kids. I feel like that's something that I would stop before
Okay.
I did have kids.
Yeah.
Just so, like, it's not like, obviously, like, the internet is always going to be there. But I
The
feel like
internet
it's
is forever, yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like it's something that I would stop before I did have children, kind of thing.
Can I ask approximately? I have no idea. How much money do you earn annually? Is that okay to ask? I'm just curious.
So in the last 6 months, I've earned over $115,000.
U.S. dollars or
AUS.
AUS. So what is
Yeah.
that conversion rate? Like 80%,
So
right?
like yeah. So it was
You
like
can buy like a croissant or something with that.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think it's 80,000 American, right? About?
yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah. I think so.
I'm guessing. I don't know.
That's
okay.
in 6
no.
months?
Yeah. 6
So you're
months.
projected to have like over 180,000 by next year? 160?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
12 grand a month.
Did you have more on that?
No,
or-
I just want to make sure everybody watching and you guys all think deeply about that and how men view not just OnlyFans culture, but you all said marriage, and some of you said marriage and kids is the most important thing, but far too often our actions and what we do every day is actually not getting us closer to our stated goal.
Well, you can say that to the subscribers too, who subscribe to their.
Oh, don't- I
and
mean, I think that-
contribute to their pockets, but that's what I mean.
They should be
How
shamed.
can we find husbands in our 20s, in our early 20s? I'm not in my early 20s, but how could we find husbands if they're busy subscribing to OnlyFans chicks?
Yeah, well, not every man is, and that's a
Sure.
really good question. So where did all the good men go? I talk about this in my book, actually. The first piece of advice I have for young ladies is do not post suggestive material of yourself online. Men want what they cannot see and cannot have. Mystery is lacking in the West. And I know this is lost on a lot of young ladies. They say, the more I post of myself on, with a bikini on the beach, the more men will like you. No, I mean, the more they'll want to have sex
attention.
with you,
Yeah.
but then they'll look at you as just a visual or a commodity, not as a future soulmate. And the second part is, to be perfectly honest with you, religious men check a lot of the boxes that you guys are looking for. I know that. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, that's my.
Can you-
I feel like that's one reason why I was able to find men like that. It's because even though they weren't conservative, they still had very, very deep religious values.
Can you tell me more? That's so interesting.
Mainly Catholic. I'm also Catholic.
Yeah. So, and they believed in the God, right? They wanted to have a family.
Yeah, they didn't necessarily like read the Bible word for word
of
every
course.
day, but they like followed the Bible.
So would you say that's, if you're looking to find a man in the West and it's your number one priority, and you were given a random selection of a Catholic man or kind of a femboy atheist, you would take the Catholic?
Yeah, I would.
Would you?
The Catholic, yes. I think femboy atheist is so
So
funny.
how many of you are then going to church actively trying to find a man?
I mean, I don't need to.
I also.
Well, I know, but
I didn't meet any of my boyfriends
Okay,
in church,
fair enough.
and I feel like I wouldn't have, if I'm going to be honest. I feel like you can meet a really religious man outside of church.
Fair enough, yeah.
You just have to find where you guys both coincide, and yeah, like at the library, studying for your exams, for example.
I actually recommend to my single friends to find men in the church because
I agree.
usually stand-up guys, typically.
Yeah, and I mean, there's exceptions to every rule. And so my advice to my two Australian friends is that if you want the thing that is the most important thing to you, start making those decisions younger than older, because you might end up be filled with a lot of money and a lot of regret.